Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I really want to talk about the BoniHani case that is going pretty viral here in Korea. And I really want to talk about what is inappropriate and appropriate when it comes to showing things on TV and what you guys think. And sometimes like Korean humors or American humors are so different than I'm sure humor in your countries. And I really want to see what you guys think and if we do come into all one terms or are we all thinking differently. Also, like always, if you guys do want to know what I'm wearing today, because I'm always wearing some amazing things from makeup to earrings to my top today. Link down in the description if you guys do want to check it out. So today's topic involves one of the main stars in BoniHani TV show, and her name is Taeyeon. She's also a girl group member in a group called Bustas. Not to mention that Taeyeon is actually only 15 years old. She was born in 2004. There's also two gagsmen that star on the show, and they have been actually fired recently because of this controversy. Sorry you guys, gagman is a Korean term. Gagman translation equals to comedian actor. Now, I've never watched BoniHani before, obviously, because it's a kid's show, but apparently a lot of people love it. It comes from the broadcasting system EBS, which I think stands for Educational Broadcasting System or something like that, but it has to do with educating kids. Now, this controversy all started when this video surfaced of BoniHani cast and crew taking a break. Now, apparently they do live broadcasting shows, and they are still live when they're taking a break. Now, I've never heard of live broadcasting kids shows ever before, so this is very new to me. Now, this first controversial video, it allegedly shows Taeyeon being hit by one of the gag men. If you see the video very carefully, it shows Taeyeon trying to get gag man Chae-Young-soo's attention by grabbing his arm. The moment Taeyeon grabs the comedian's arm, he turns around and apparently swings a fist at her. Now, unfortunately, this scene is happened to be covered by one of the other cast members, so you don't actually see the action going on. But if you hear the audio, you hear a loud thump that goes along with the video. And you see the comedian's immediate reaction. Also, you see Taeyeon's reaction. Now, EBS and comedian Chae are both claiming that this was a joke, that they're very close with the castmates, and this is the kind of joke that they do all the time, but apparently it was just caught on camera, and sorry for the misunderstandings that everybody has. But a lot of people are calling this out, saying that this is no way a joke. If you see the video carefully, you could see comedian Chae basically like swinging, and then you see his expression, like he's not smiling, he's not laughing. Now, Taeyeon's expression after this alleged hit, she starts laughing, but she only lasts for about 2 seconds, and then her facial expressions just change. Like, it becomes dark. I just remember, like, when you're in an awkward situation as a kid, you would laugh. You're like, ha ha ha. And then you realize, and then things sink in, like, what the hell just happened? Like, I don't understand what just happened. Now, in a recent interview, comedian Chae said, in that moment, the camera would just happen to be covered, and there was a sound from another source mixed together led to a big understanding. He says that everything was a joke, and he's been working under EBS for 13 years. Those who've been watching for a long time are used to these kind of jokes, and that a lot of people are just kind of like blowing things up, and he just feels like he's being wronged for something that he did not do. He says that Taeyeon and himself, he has an uncle and a niece relationship, and that they joke around as uncle and niece, and that this was a huge misunderstanding and people are just blowing things up. But a lot of people are still angry and they're not believing his statements. Now, obviously, this could be true. They could have such like a uncle and niece relationships that they just joke around harshly. But a lot of people are saying that even if this was a joke, why would you show this kind of, you know, vibe and this kind of like jokes around a kid's show, especially in a live broadcasting system? Taeyeon's company confirms that there was physical touch, but claims also that it was a joke. After this incident, there was another video that surfaced and that went viral again. There's another comedian that works as one of the main cast, and there's a video showing him saying,
태연이 좋겠다. 의웅이랑 방송에서. 의웅이는 잘생겼지, 착하지. 너는
무슨 대답을 듣고 싶어요?
너는 미스테린 소 독한.
뭐라고요?
간녀. 냐슈. 오늘도 그림을 한번 그려볼까?
Now, some Koreans are saying this word Listerine sterilizing girl is apparently a word used in the adult market. Nyeon actually can translate to the B word, B-I-T word, but it actually depends on what kind of context you use it. Like me and my friends, like we could joke around with this word and it wouldn't be offensive at all. But obviously when it comes to context, curse words can mean either or, right? Some people are saying that this word was a little bit blown up. Like this word, no one knows if it's actually used in the dark market, but it could have been like one commenter who just blew things up. Now, if he was a normal thinking brainer, I don't think that this guy, this adult, would say something like this, degrading to a 15-year-old girl on set. I think if he really meant it, he wouldn't have done it in such a public place. I do believe that this could be a rumor that was just blown up. Like I said, we don't know if this word actually exists in the adult market or if it was someone just blowing things up. But whatever the argument is, people were so angry about this that an adult would call a little girl Yeon, or a girl, aka the B word. Unfortunately, the two comedian actors were fired, and a comedian Che says that when he was leaving the BoniHani show, Taeyeon was crying to him, saying that it's her fault that it's all happening and she feels really bad. Although he feels like he's being mistreated for a misunderstanding, he is sorry for his childish actions that he has caused. I want you guys to see these videos and see what you guys think. I want you guys to see it from like a middle point of view instead of just kind of reading off what all the commenters are saying. I just personally do believe at the end it was an inappropriate behavior being done on set, whether it was a joke or not. Now this leads to some of the other things that I've seen on TV that are actually inappropriate in these days, but just a few years ago. In Korea, actually hitting people on TV was supposed to be a humor thing. There was actually a comedy show in Korea called 거침없이 하이킥, and it's one of my favorite comedy shows ever. It's one of the best. If you guys do want to watch any Korean comedies, this is the comedy you should watch. This was actually aired about over 10 years ago. The show involves a lot of high school students. Now, in a lot of the scenes, you could see the grandparents, the parents, the teachers hitting the kids as a discipline, or if they do something silly or stupid, they would hit the kid in the head or in the back, or chase them with like a broomstick or like, you know, whatever it might be. But back then when I was watching this, I thought this was super funny and this was something very normal. That's why it was on TV pretty much everywhere and everyone was just laughing at it. But recently I've been re-watching old comedy shows and old dramas, and you could tell that in these days, hitting are not allowed on TV, especially to underage kids. These days I can't even think of one shows where there's a scene where a kid would be hit by their parents or their teachers or by anyone. But you could tell how time has changed even in Korea. Just a couple of years ago, hitting kids was a thing and it was supposed to be funny. But now I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, like why is the parents getting the hit on the head? Now you guys probably know that in the Asian culture, discipline, especially hitting kids, was kind of a thing. And in schools, teachers were allowed to discipline kids by hitting them or giving them physical discipline, such as like holding the book or such as doing push-ups. Teachers would actually have like these kind of like teacher sticks that they would do, and if you didn't do your homework or whatever it might be, you would get hit in the head or you get hit in your legs. Now this was actually a normal cultural thing until a couple years ago. I think it's against the law. I do believe if you do hit kids these days or discipline in a physical way, the teachers might get reported and be disciplined. There was also a lot of talks in the military where higher ranking officials would beat up like the lower ranking militaries, and you know, they would really just have a hard time serving in the military because in Korea, military is mandatory for 2 years. But apparently nowadays military environment got a lot better. People could use their cell phones, you could be on computers, and if you do hit someone in the military nowadays, that is a violation, that is not allowed. A lot of the older generations are also saying that actually physical discipline is necessary to discipline young people who are just not listening. So I really want to know your opinion and what your country's opinion is on physical discipline. I also believe that in Bollywood movies, I'm not sure, it's something that I saw on YouTube, but in Bollywood movies, they also have similar something like this, where certain interactions will be a humor, but to some other countries, we might be like, ooh, what is that like? But in America, disciplining kids in any physical way is a violation or it's against the law, and you will be in big trouble as an adult for this. So it is strictly not allowed. But again, in Korea, if the thought of physically disciplining people are demolishing, but at the same time, it hasn't been that long because it was on TV not too long ago, just a couple of years ago, it was a normal thing. But some people's argument, they're saying that, you know, sometimes we shouldn't be be too law here, you know, like law this, law that, and that sometimes we do need discipline for people, and that there's no reason to overprotect people and over misunderstand certain situations because we didn't grow up with it. So I do kind of understand that side as well, so I really want to know what your opinions are. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Remember to like this video and share if you guys thought it was interesting, and hit the notification bell, subscribe, because I reply to all my early birds. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you on my next video. Bye!